So today we're checking out the Black Mountain volume pedal. Now this is made by Black Mountain Picks. If you watch this channel, you know that Cole is a good friend of the channel. He's the inventor of these products. And if you'd like to check out more reviews I've done of his other products, I'll put a link down below in the description. And I'd like to point out again, he's a guitar teacher who started inventing products and now he's getting into the pedal market. So let's talk about what it is. So first thing, it looks large. It's not. So to give you scale, that's a Boss pedal on the side. You can see it's a little tall, it's a little big. A lot of the, in fact, if you take off these wings, you know, and look at it that way, it's not that big. And of course, it is significantly smaller than what a typical volume pedal would look like, although keep in mind, they're small volume pedals. So what is exciting about it? Well, obviously it has this wheel, and the wheel is rated for a big guy like me. I can stand on this, I cannot break it. And yes, I've tested it many times standing on it, and I will tell you what happened, good or bad. Pedals, especially like this, where it's just one big potentiometer, not only can it break, but you gotta make sure it's built well so the dust in there doesn't destroy it. A lot of us know that crackling sound when you use a volume pedal because they have a lot of openings. There's no potential openings to get into this cavities. It's really constructed super well. So let's talk about the features. So first, of course, you have this jog wheel. One of the things that I absolutely love about it, which I will demonstrate, of course, is that one of my favorite volume pedals is the ones that have the LEDs that let me see what the volume is. I'm not really just turning the volume off and turning the volume on. Sometimes I want to just like roll the volume back on my guitar, roll the volume back, clean up the amp from distortion, or maybe use it to set a position for my humbuckers. So let's say you plug a humbucker guitar in the amp and you go, okay, well maybe I'll set it at 7. And then when the single coil guitar goes in, it's a little quieter, put it to 10. What's nice about this is, although they make volume pedals that have an LED that tell you that requires power. This requires 0 power. And I like that they do black background with white letters. It makes it easier to see even on a stage. Another unique feature on this pedal is that you can switch it from linear to audio tapered. And that's really cool because if you're on the linear, which is right here, that's going to give you a consistent volume increase across the entire travel. And if you go with the audio taper, it's going to be more like what you're used to with your volume knob on your guitar. The other thing you can do besides using it as a volume control for your guitar is you can put it on top of your amp. Most amps, you can see this is not a big amp. Most amps, it's going to sit right in front of the handle. What this is great for is this is, if you have an effects loop, you can then add this as another master volume. So how would we set that up? Well, let's show you. You would take the amp, like I said, take the pedal, putting it facing towards you, the logo facing towards you. You would then take the send of the effects loop, use a standard guitar cable, and you run it into the input of this volume pedal, and then you run the output of this volume pedal to the return of the amplifier. And what you've done is you've inserted a volume control in between your preamp and your power amp. This works exceptionally well if you have one of those amps where you feel like every time you turn the volume, it just jumps up and it gets really loud. By doing this, you can actually switch between audio taper and linear and see which one works better. And you can actually help your amp get really that great sound for those late night playing sessions or times when you just want the amp to be a little quieter. A couple more things about the pedal. It has a 500K potentiometer and has a 7 million cycle life. That means you can roll this thing 7 million times before it should start seeing an issue. It can take a lot of abuse. In fact, I know one of the questions I'm sure you're gonna have is, I'm stepping on this thing, how strong is it? Well, literally, I'm gonna do it right now. I'm gonna put all my weight on it. Let me go ahead and just do this. Here we go. There you go. It is very durable. I've had it for about 3 weeks beating it up and it's been working fantastic. So what we want to do is show you some of the cool features. Now, the first thing I've noticed about it is it's, in my opinion, way better than the typical pedal volume control when you're sitting down. Sitting down, it's super natural. It just feels great. You don't have to worry about anything. It's a small footprint. It feels good. It's very good at said, look at that, the difference of the taper on that. Let's go to the same thing. Another cool feature is, as you can see, it has a tuner out. So you can run it out to a tuner or another device, but one cool feature, you can run the tuner out to, let's say, for a wet dry rig. You can run that to 1 amp and then run the output where the volume control is to the amp that has effects. And then now you can blend in how much effect. Now have that kind of effect. So if you ever wanted to try a wet dry rig, this pedal will help you do that too. So like I said, it's pretty versatile. One question I know a couple of my friends had was, how is it for standing up? And standing up, let me try it again. There's something you just have to realize. What you do is you kind of step on it exactly like a volume pedal, like this. If you think you're just gonna hover over it, it's kind of weird. But when I thought about it like this, just kind of, it took a couple minutes, but then I thought it was faster and actually more sensitive than using an actual pedal volume control. It's a very nicely built product. It sounds really, really good. Another cool thing about this that I like to show you is, like I said, that display. So you can see I can see the numbers so fast. You can get to it. See how I just got to a really sweet spot. So for instance, let's go to the neck pickup. And that humbucker isn't so huge, right? Now, if I go to single coil, take that to 10. That's what I was saying about balancing your pickups or different guitars. You can use it for that. Let's go ahead and switch the amp to gain. And perfect example of that too. Look at this. We're and again, that's 7. Again, very cool. Like I said, you can use it for a ton of different things. It's a pretty different pedal. It's fun to talk about. It's fun to share. If this thinks, you know, hopefully it'll inspire you to make some music. That's the goal of this. So whether you check this pedal out by using the link down below, it's not an affiliate link, but I just wanted to get you to his website. Or maybe this gets you on the journey to check out other things. Either way, I think it'll be better for you. It's a cool thing. It always kind of brings something interesting out of me whenever I play with volume controls. One thing is, I don't like the really loose volume controls on a guitar, so it's kind of, this has been kind of nice to kind of think of it more of a, instead of the volume pedal, as so much a volume knob. On that note, I just want to always thank you for your time. To the next time, know your gear.